It is do or die right now. 2-0, match point for J-Team. Looking to move forward in the lower bracket.
J-Team looking to seal things up in game number 3. It was a very powerful statement coming in from them. Game number 2, as they end the game the same amount of time as it took for them to get kills. So
yes,
I would say that helps relieve a lot of the concerns that J-Team fans had.
Yeah, there was a lot to worry about, not just in that game 1, but in the series previous up against Megabank Beyond Gaming, who are admittedly a team that can be very tricksy. They have a lot of comeback mechanics. They have a lot of unexpected things. But speaking of unexpected, I didn't quite think that Lil V was going to go in this direction. However, with the Samira, that is going to be a very fun lane to watch. Let's talk it through. Let's talk that 2v2.
Yeah, definitely a lot of kill threat, especially when you pair it up with the Nautilus. So once the CC lands, you're just able to jump straight on in. And there's a lot of CC in this composition. A lot of point and click. Kongrye, Uniboy, Enzo. They're going to set things up really nicely for Lil V. So it's not like this Samir pick is just out of left field. They had the prep to actually succeed with this. And Taco or Rock, once again, finding a great level 1 trade.
Yeah, Rock has definitely been on point this series. Taco will need to find an answer. Does have a little more sustain, as he does have the Grasp of the Undying to work with for himself, but getting zoned out on farm. And now it's going to get a little worse for him. Level 2 Kongrye gank coming through on this Pantheon.
Point click.
Doesn't have the flash immediately. The jump. Not much he can do about that. Easy peasy first blood for Kongrye.
Yeah, and Rock sets it up really, really nicely. Taking that aggressive level 1 trade means that Kongrye pretty much can one-shot Taco in that instance. So he comes up at level 2, which is not a traditional gank timer coming in from our junglers. But when you're playing a Pantheon, you've got more than enough damage at level 2 to secure yourself the kill and also have the setup.
It's a nice type of champion for Kongrye who wants to get into a carry position. He earns himself that kill. Really nice as he can jump in on the shield vault. As you said, point and click, really not much you can do about it as Taco. I don't even know if he had access to his hook shot just yet.
Nope.
And he certainly isn't packing the flash. So first blood early in this game. We'll see what the answer is going to be from MFT. 665 does get a camp advantage in exchange for it, but I don't know if that's going to matter much.
Will be able to get himself the Scuttle Crab, and this should be them playing around double Scuttle in this instance. But they might want to continue hovering top lane because of the fact that they were also able to get the crash on to that wave top side, and that means Taco, his wave's going to be bouncing away from him. So it's a pretty precarious situation, but MFT, they go ahead, secure themselves the double crab, and also get vision that Kongrye is in this bottom half of the map, which means Taco, at the very least, in a comfortable spot to try and crash that wave on his own.
Yep, the info 665 is going to back away. Kongrye continues to complete the farm up. We'll check in back down bot. Let's see what's happened. Lil V did take a little bit of damage early on, it seemed. Hasn't gone all in on the play just yet. Of course, want to watch for level 6 on Samira, as always.
Yeah, and there's more than enough sustain as well, right? You have 3 pots ticking, so definitely a lot of health potions, even with the nerf onto it. Now they're setting up possible bot.
The hook onto Issue.
Diego's coming.
Unbreakable. This is the long play for both teams right now. Straight up 3v3. They look for it. Issue forced to flash out. They burn the heal and ignite as well. Enzo's going to live through this. And 665 arrives a little too late to do much, but just send a Blade of the Ruin King that way. Kongrye still fishing for a play. 665 finds him on the Spectral Maw, but that will be the end of it for now.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of the size of this wave, the side of MFT aren't able to go for more.
Oh, and the bait was real, and that's going to be Whale taken oh so low. Finally falls down as Lil V finds the last auto attack, and Issue will go down as well. Excuse me, it's Lil V who falls. 665 looking to try and clean things up as he takes over Samira. Gets one, but can't get that third. So 665 makes something out of that play, but it is Kongrye that stands up at the end.
A huge trade down in that bottom lane. Not quite enough coming in from the MFT jungler to secure all 3. It's a 3-0 Pantheon at 5 minutes into the game. Kongya is setting himself brilliantly to really just own this game.
Now look at this. I think he knew he was on a ward because Kongya immediately turns to the opening. Enzo gets the hook. They unload onto Whale and take him out of this fight. You think it's over here. Lilby does take a tower shot. He does get taken down. 665, then does Viego things and finds a big play, but Kongya will not be denied. So the J-Team jungler makes it out ahead. 3 kills to 0 deaths.
Yesterday or 2 days ago, we talked about this pick being a bit of a feast or famine pick. And right now, 3 kills to his name.
He's feasting.
Yeah, he is definitely feasting. This is a buffet.
He's looking for more right now. Not even level 6 yet. Does not have access to the Grand Starfall, but he will be able to jump on top of Whale should he stray too close. No summoners
coming
on the bot lane. Viego's coming back down for round 2, baby. This is a bloodbath in the making. Kongya starts up. They look for Whale. Viego's too far away. Whale's going down. That's the 4th kill for Kongya this game. Looking for issue, and they're going to give the kill over to Lil V. Good guy Kongya wants to get his carry fed too.
And it's just J-Team on a better power split. Yes, now 665 is level 6. But Pantheon definitely hard spiking with those extra, with that extra gold and using it well, sending it over into his AD carry. Now Samira is going to be sitting very comfortable as well. 2 kills to her name, and on the flip side, Whale is down 15 CS. He only has tier 2 boots to his name.
It's not looking good on the bottom side of the map right now for Meta Falcon team. The mid Gwen has not really been able to do enough to pressure Uniboy and not keep him down on farm. And Taco hasn't really been able to do much to the Gwen either, and that is trouble. I think it's going to be a rough ride out of this early game. Let's see. We're not done with the aggro down bot just yet. Keep on going with the plays. Kongya now on level 6 with the Grand Starfall should he need it. I think MFT realized that they have to play so safe from here on out.
Yeah, and because of the fact that they haven't been able to establish a lot of jungle pressure, they don't have necessarily the ward coverage to spot out where the Pantheon is if they wanted to. Right now, they do have a good ward onto the blue buff, so they, at the very least, know that, hey, it's going to be hovering around this bottom side, but it also means that they're kind of playing scared at all times towards this bottom half of the map.
They're going to be in for a very rough lane. 8.5 minutes, the gold lead at 2.5k. Rock starts out the solo onto the Herald. The map pressure they have just enables this right now. Kongya will be spotted as he roams up through red buff on that control ward. I don't think he even saw that. Moved a little too fast, keeping his eye on the minimap.
Not too worried about that. I think it did get pinged out, so he'll go back and clear it out, but that's after he finishes off this Rift Herald. 200 gold into his pocket.
He's got a 9-minute gore drinker. Kongya's fed, man.
He has so much extra gold because there's also that added local gold coming in from Rift Herald. He is just so fat. And now
he wants some more. He wants more. He's going. Okay,
might be a little bit too much extra.
I don't. Yeah,
teleport coming in.
Okay.
Uniboy's
fine.
here.
He brought friends. Uniboy's here too. 3v3. They got this.
3v3 party. And the issue is they would have loved to try and claim that shutdown onto Kongya. It's just that he has so much damage. Like that early of a gore drinker, even though, hey, 665 has the heal reduction coming in from the chain punk, it's not quite the same. And now he also has the ultimate to try and force this dive bot.
Boy, and they can do it. They knew this was pretty safe, and into the Inferno Drinker goes Lil V. He might be taking tower shots, but I don't think he's really going to care too much about it if they can still clear things through. And wow, the juggling of the tower aggro is just perfect. And at 10 minutes, they will be able to get the last of the plates, get this tower. They don't lose a man down bottom. And J-Team, where was this squad a few days ago?
Where was this team game 1, Pyra?
Yeah, they were snoozing. The alarm didn't go off, Night Stars. One of those days. But they woke up, finally. And yes, this is against Meta Falcon team. This is against one of the weaker teams in the playoffs, but nonetheless, they're putting on a masterclass here. This was a brilliant dive. Lil V goes in. That Inferno trigger's huge. Kongye then tags his way through. Yep. They juggle the aggro just at the right time. Uniboy starts tanking it. That's what I'm talking about. Meta Falcon team, they're going to have to work real hard to get back into this one already at 11 minutes.
5-0-3 Pantheon. It is absolutely absurd. In 665, he's been able to accumulate a lot of CS from the jungle position, but it's still the jungle role. It's still a Viego that's been nerfed about 30 million times. So you are still concerned of where the damage is going to come out from. And for MFT, even if you do get ahead with this Camille, with this Ahri pick, your next concern would be, well, what if the Pantheon shows up? Because he can show up at any time. He has a global ultimate. Where's my globe? We have none.
Yeah, that's rough. Rock in the mid lane now. Kongye as well. They're going to keep Wen back. He's just not been able to do much in this lane. This mid lane has actually been quite a quiet affair. As Uniboy is going to be working a lot more with the roams around the map and very active movements by J-Team. They know they have an advantage, and they know that this could be the clean sweep for them. A 3-0 would set them up for a matchup against the loser of CFO and PSG Talon. Not an easy feat, but nonetheless, they're looking on point right now as Issue jumps in, gets caught, burns it to get out. A tower should be falling pretty quickly if the push comes through. Rock feeling himself as he goes forward, and with that mini wave, they're going to chase MFT all the way back to the second one. They're going for the full dive at this point. They don't even care if that's a death rush. It's going to be the death of MFT. 665 goes down. Lil V unloading on him as Rock will take issue out of this one, and the dash into the back. Lil V finally falls on an overstep. Wen looking for a sniff in there, and Kongye goes straight into the back line to cut Wen off. Dodges out on the charm, but Wen is able to pepper him with enough damage to get away, but J-Team make out like bandits.
J-Team, they're just faster on the map because of the fact that they also have just such a strong jungler right now. This Pantheon, so fed, means that the side of MFT, they can't really cut corners when it comes to rotations, because if they ever face check into a Pantheon, they're just dead. As we get to see the replay of the situation, early flash coming in from 665. I think he could have stood his ground a little bit longer, but chooses to try and save as much HP at the early onset of the fight. And now the hook goes in, and look at this knockup. A 3-man knockup coming in from Enzo from that Nautilus ultimate. Also just buys so much time. That's so much time that MFT aren't doing damage, even though they have the help of Tower. And in the end, Wen will be able to walk out because of the fact he still has a tier 2 tower to his assistance. But this is just 14 minutes into the game, and we already have a 5k gold lead for J-Team. This is the J-Team that we expected against MFT, because again, J-Team, when it comes to playing against lower tier opponents, they curb stomp them like it's nobody's business.
And this is looking like a lot more what we expected. Only points I got to deduct from that last fight is Lil V just full sending it a little bit too hard on the Wild Rush. He forgot he wasn't playing Aurelia. That wasn't Blade Surge. But doesn't matter. Still working out well for this team. 5,000 gold lead at 14 minutes. The Dragon not really making too much of a diff themselves, but they will pick up another one. Or was it just that first cloud as they kind of left that one sitting for a while? Yeah. It was all this action happening early. It's all been about farming the champions. 11 kills in 14 minutes.
Woo! 11 kills for the
spicy game for J-Team. Yeah, starting to feel a little better. The J-Team fans have to be breathing some sighs of relief right now.
Absolutely. Trying to keep pace with what they had in the previous game, where they had a kill a minute. Of course, it started out lot slower, and I feel like J-Team are going to finish with a lot more kills than minutes in the game this time around.
Ooh, that's a bold prediction, but I do think it could very well come to pass. Herald going to get started up here by Kongye and Lil V. There's not a whole lot that Meta Falcon team can do. If we are going to put our heads together for this one, Nightstar, how does MFT get back into this game?
really should have come down to the two-man game coming in from the solo laners in tandem with this Viego pick. And Taco, he is still going to get strong, right? He will outscale Rock in the 1v1 at the very least. The issue still comes to the fact that, well, they have to deal with Kongria coming in.
All right, Rock getting dove, but it's never just Rock, is it? 665 will be able to take him out, but Kongria is chasing him down, and oh, he heartbreaks himself down. That's going to be the one-for-one trade on the dive, and Taco trying to get out of there, but Kongria is not keen to let him go as he's on the chase, on the hunt. The hook shots put him out of range.
Oh, no matter how strong Taco is, even if they try and organize a play down in that bot lane, which is what they should have done, okay, fighting in mid lane.
Right back into it for the 2v2. Although Whale is starting to turn. He does get a stun off onto Lil V. That's a lot of damage being dealt by the Moonlight Vigil. Should be enough to drop him down. Big shutdown gain for the Aphelios. Much needed here.
Kongria on the flank.
Though, not keen
this
to
is a big shutdown gold.
Taco on the cutoff. They might be able to find an answer here. He is going to flash away. Taco still following through. And when at his back as well, Uniboy going to be desperately trying to help. But unfortunately, he just feeds himself right in the waiting arms. MFT, they've set themselves up a conga line right now. And Whale does walk face first and ends it, but there's no follow-up damage. That's going to be the end of that engage, but 2 kills taken by Meta Falcon team, and it couldn't have come at a better time for them.
Whoa, that is massive! Massive gold coming back into their pockets. Being able to get the shutdown onto Kongria, that is such a huge scalp and huge bounty to get off the table here. That the gold is able to bounce back just a little bit. It's still 4K, so it's still a pretty sizable lead, but a mistake coming in. Lil V, he overextends once more. He thinks he's fine, given that he has Enzo right around the corner, and it looked like he was, but then the stun lands, and then Whale, I mean, he's Aphelios, and Samira is much better at the full-on team fights and scrappiness, and then after that, you know, Kongria out on the side. Caught out a little bit out yonder, and Uniboy tries to help him out. Well, he's next one on the docket, and he's forced to flash, or so he won't have that summoner available.
Yeah, that was a pretty big set of events for MFT in their favor. They would have loved to get even more kills off it, but when you're so far behind, getting those two, getting shutdown bounties, that feels so good. And now J-Team, let's see if they second guess themselves on this one. They were very far ahead, but really overextension, and the killer was Lil V getting just caught on the edge of the Braum ultimate. The Winter's Bite proc starting to kick in. That stun made all the difference.
And for MFT, the big windows they're going to have to try and exploit is when Kongria does use that Grand Starfall. Afterwards, they're going to have a little under 2 minutes to try and make plays happen. You saw that mid lane play was perfect because of the fact Kongria couldn't instantly join in the ideal position. Instead, he had to walk his way over, and he puts himself in a suboptimal spot, ends up getting chased out. So,
big comp online, I suppose.
You know, that's the avenue of attack for MFT. Unfortunately, though, those windows are going to be hard to exploit because of how far J-Team are.
Super narrow, right? Dragon's going to be spawning with all the control they still have on the map. I do think J-Team should be able to pick this up. Just with one member, yeah, Kongye can do it. Uniboy, though, is under fire, under tower, but he melts away the minion wave and even steals a Spirit Rush for himself. So not a whole lot of threat there. Lil V, has he been overextended once again? No, this time he's okay.
Pushing up in that bottom lane, getting reinforcements as well. They should be able to take this bot tower.
X-Tech Rift this time, too. I don't know if we're going to get to Soul the way this game is going. However, if we do, it's quite exciting, and Hex Gates are always fun to play around. And for a hypermobile team like J-Team, they're going to be feeling pretty good about using those as well to try and get some flank angles. Taco taking a little bit of damage from the snip from the Scissors of Rock, and Mini Wave is cut, so that will be the end of it. Teleport going to get expended by Wen just to get a little faster to the Mini Wave. I think he thought Kongye was going for a push.
At the very least, Pyra, the scaling is in favor of MFT.
Yeah, they got Nephelios, they got a Camille.
Yeah, hey, can they get to that scaling point is the real question. Because
this is still big gold deficit.
You know, again, you mentioned it, Camille, Aphelios, but also the Braum, right? When you're pretty much 5 melees, Samira is kind of like half a melee, right? It's so hard to navigate around this Braum pick once he throws down, right? Bite, his ultimate. It's eats up so much of your space. And then against Taco, you know, he will get to a point where he can just constantly one-shot you, and if you don't have the range to kite him out, he's going to be a big problem to deal with. And then, because of how big Taco is going to get, it makes accessing those resets a lot easier for the Viego pick.
That's true. J-Team, you know, with the dive setup they have to be careful not to bait themselves into a bad situation, give MFT some of that gold back again. They are setting up map control. Baron, of course, will be a big objective to look at. It's a little early to try and go for it, even with the lead they have. Dragon's still 3 minutes away. Rock could be jumped on by 665 and Taco here.
Same play.
Yeah, but look, the rest of the team is coming to the rescue. Who's baiting who?
Yeah, 4 people hovering. It might just get Uniboy if he walks into the bush.
He doesn't know. Oh, he does! Oh. No, he actually thought about this one right now.
Okay, here comes the reinforcements, though.
MFT realize, oh no, we've been had the bamboozle. Taco getting stunned up in the Dragon Pit. Nowhere for him to go, and yeah, he couldn't hookshot his way out to safety. That's a big death timer. And Uniboy steals the Hextech ultimatum to boot.
Yep.
He's looking for 665. He won't find him.
As we said, their timing windows are after the Grand Starfall happens. And unfortunately for them, they can't force out the Starfall unless if they're out of position to begin with.
They're gonna force that fight. There we go. Hextech ultimatum onto Wen, and he's buying a bit of time for himself, and the stasis will be able to flash back to his team. Nonetheless, not enough tools. They're going to get a second wind effort here. Kongay looking for an in, as well as Rock is just tanking all the damage. The teleport comes through as Taco back above cooldown, but already they've lost Whale and Issue. So what can they do here? Kongay going low, but he's not out of this one just yet. Taco is pretty big in this, but the team is going to be melting through. They chase forward. They find themselves the wipe, and now they're going to push in to end it right here, right now. They've got the damage. Lil V popping off on this Samira, and J-Team fully awakened.
Oh, this could just be it right here. They've got enough minions, but the death timers might not quite be there for them. They're going to go ahead, take the Hex Gates out.
Play it safe. It is low death timers. You don't want to send it right on back.
Yeah. And the other thing is they don't have enough. They don't have more kills than minutes yet. Fire. So
that's true. Your prediction hasn't come true. They
need two more team fight wipes.
They're playing for your call, Nightstar, and I appreciate it. J-Team trying to do right by us. But let's see how this fight started again. This was a great hook from the Nautilus, and even though there was a good turn in, a stolen Hextech ultimatum means Wen is just neutralized, and not a whole lot they can do here without the Camille until she gets back up and teleports.
Here comes Kogan
with another hook, another brilliant one. Whale and Issue are already gone.
Yeah. Whale once more caught out of position, exploring a little bit too far upwards, knowing that, hey, there's so many low health bars, but he is an 80 character. He doesn't last long if he gets caught by any sort of CC, and that's exactly what happens. Unfortunately, when Taco, not quite enough to clean up the rest of the fight. You imagine if this was a bit more in an even game, that they're not 10k gold behind, maybe the Camille is that win condition in the team fight to start cleaning up. It's just the wallet differential is just too big. Oh, there goes Kongray. He's gonna go on in. Maybe they've overextended themselves here. As Wen able to get the first kill. That will be a reset. 665 stuck into the back line, and now the Samira goes forward, gets the triple kill, should be the quadra. Uniboy seals the deal, taking the last kill, but that's going to be J-Team getting themselves the clean wipe 4 or 5 for 1 or 4 for 1 here. It's all on to Taco. MFT They still looking for that first organizational win in the playoffs. We'll have to wait for next year.